Everyone dreams of moving to the South. A lot of them just can't figure out where they want to move. So I get questions all the time about Florida or even South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina. But today, what we're going to be talking about in this video is Florida versus South Carolina. Florida's beaches and sunshine are famous, but South Carolina, and especially Columbia, is actually quietly becoming one of the more attractive, affordable, livable options in the entire Southeast, maybe even the entire nation. And stick around to the end, and I'll tell you about one surprising advantage that South Carolina has that's making people, many more are leaving Florida in droves to head here to South Carolina. Hey, y'all, I'm Chad Dorman. I'm the local realtor here in Columbia, South Carolina. Every week I help families relocate, mainly off of this YouTube channel, believe it or not. They are relocating from all over the United States right here to Columbia, South Carolina. I'm starting to help more and more of them every day. Now, if this is your first time to the channel and you're looking to find more information about this here in Columbia, South Carolina, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bar. That way you can be first to know about the market here in Columbia, South Carolina every time I post a new video. Listen, communicate with me. Call me, text me, email me. Better yet, set up a Zoom call with me. Put comments in there. Let me know what type of material that you guys would like. And if I can help you in moving here personally, that's even better. And let's go ahead and get into this video about South Carolina and Florida. Like I said, many more people I'm getting moving here. I have 3 people I'm working with right now, 2 under contract that are coming here from Florida. Why are they moving here from there? Well, there's many reasons, but we're going to go ahead and start with the cost of living. This one is huge. Again, people move here to Columbia for the cost of living. Not even talking about Greenville and Charleston, which are a lot higher cost of living. So they're great places to live, and I've done comparison videos. You can go check those videos out. I've done them on both, but the cost of living is right here in Columbia, and the lower price in the homes and what you're paying in property taxes. More people are moving here to Columbia just to retire. And again, that cost of living has a lot to do with it. South Carolina overall, I'm talking taxes, cost of living, gas, groceries, I'm talking retirement taxes, different benefits that we have through the VA, a lot of different things, depending on the area of Florida, is about 10 to 15% less than Florida. Overall, Columbia's median home price in the U.S. was around $436,000. The median price in Florida ranges anywhere between $410,000 and $430,000. So it's right there in that area. And of course, when you get into the more populated and higher ones, the cost of living goes up higher. Just like, even though in Columbia, the average median price of a home is $270,000. That's not always the median price of a home in Lexington, in Chapin, in Irmo, in Blythewood. You want to check the individual areas, just like I'll talk about when we go to schools. You check in individual schools, not just the greatest districts in what you're looking at. You know, Columbia, yes, it's $270,000, but it's not that much higher unless you're living on the lake as far as the median price that you're looking at. So it's a lot higher there. Now, when it comes to groceries, utilities, insurance, property taxes, all of that's lower in South Carolina. And Florida's actually having a homeowners insurance crisis right now, especially if you're near the coast. Their insurances on their homes are skyrocketing and can be anywhere. If you got a homeowner occupied house, my homeowner's taxes on my personal house are about $1,000 or less per year. Florida is getting exceptionally high rates of, again, 5, 6, 7,000 and higher. It's because of, which we'll talk about weather a little later, but it's all the way from the hurricanes to the tropical storms, all of that. Again, I try to keep to I give some facts, but it's more stories. If you wanted those statistics, again, hit me on that Zoom call. I will share my screen and I will go into the MLS. I will go into weather. I will go into taxes. I will give you every bit of figures if you're that type A person. Number 2, taxes. It's closer than you think. Carolina has great taxes, but it almost comes even because Florida has no state income tax. And you don't even pay on vehicles a lot of times. But it's offset by those higher insurance costs that I was talking about. And the HOA costs are astronomical. I mean, you might pay in a brand new neighborhood with a pool for $5,500 a year, front yard landscaping also, or something to that effect. My parents pay $250 a quarter, but it includes all of that front landscaping. It includes a lot more than what you would think. But on average, 4,500 a year with a pool and clubhouse is not uncommon here in Columbia, South Carolina. In Florida, a lot of times you're paying 4,500 a month, and that money goes toward everything that's going with your house. So keep that in mind. South Carolina does have the lowest property taxes, especially with that home occupied exemption. If you're an investor, a lot of investors come here and they do not realize if you have that second house, you're paying 3 times the taxes. If your taxes are 1,000, like mine are pretty much per year on my house, if I did not live in this house, my taxes would be somewhere between 3 and 4,000. And a lot of investors don't take that into account when they're putting stuff in their net sheet to show the profit that they would have. For retirees, both states in Florida and South Carolina, they do have friendly tax laws on Social Security and pensions. But South Carolina does, especially on the cost of living, really overall, they edge it out big time. And that equals, even though Florida does not have the state income tax. Weather, the big thing, Florida, you have one season all year round. We went to Disney World in Orlando 2-3 years back, and we went in December. We went for Christmas, and the weather was great. We even were swimming in the lagoons and stuff that were there. The water was warm enough. Even the pools at the resorts that we were at, we were in. And you have that weather year round. Columbia, 4 seasons, and it's a mild winter. December, we still have days that get as high as 85, and you will get humidity. January and February are your 2 that you may get down below freezing a couple times. I go, personally, I'm the one of those hot natured people around, but I go year round in short sleeves. Other people, they have jackets on and are just fine too. But we have a spring. We have about a 4-month summer, and July is the hottest, where the average high is around 93, and it can get in the hundreds sometimes. It does get hot and humid, but we still do have 4 seasons. In the morning, October, right now it's October the 8th. I go out in the mornings and it's probably about 60 degrees, but it's nice and cool, and the humidity is not there. But if you don't like the weather in Columbia, South Carolina, wait 24 hours. It'll come back. We may have a humid day tomorrow. You just don't know. Hurricanes. Florida gets more tropical storms and hurricanes. I mean, I'd say 50% of the time you're going to have an afternoon thunderstorm in Florida. Whereas here in Columbia, yeah, it's similar, but we're inland. Even though we have had some major hurricanes hit, 89 back when Hugo did, it was category 4. It is one of the only hurricanes that by the time it got to Columbia inland, it was downsizing from a category 2 to a category 1. Even if we get hurricanes here, what happens most of the time is it's a tropical storm by the time it hits here. And it's nothing like hurricanes that go all the way across Florida. Definitely a lot fewer tropical storms. And you can enjoy year-round living at Lake Murray, hiking, golf. You can do things even in the winter. Now you may have to have some hand warmers or stuff, but you can do it. And if you love outdoor living, but you want to avoid that hurricane anxiety and the high insurances, Columbia checks those boxes easy. Number 4, lifestyle and pace of life. You've got the big city stuff in Miami, Orlando, Tampa, all the way up the West Coast and East Coast. Jacksonville, it slows down a little bit, but you still, it's college towns, just like it is here in South Carolina, in Columbia. We have a lot slower down living. USC tailgates, downtown dining, local parks. Florida's based a lot heavier on tourism, obviously. It's got a lot higher population density, so there's more people in one area. Hence those new builds and all those HOAs that you're paying. Right now, one of the clients that I have coming up here, they're good friends too, obviously. Place that they're moving in, part of it's traffic, which we're going to get into that too. They want out of there for the traffic, but even selling their house, there's so many new builds around, it's tough for them to even sell their house. Columbia obviously has that relaxed, friendly, family oriented, and that strong community feel. Not that you can't have that in Florida. It's just easier to find here majority of the time. Location, location, location. Right here in Columbia, you're near the mountains and near the beaches. You can take day trips. Florida, you're near the beaches. You are near some lakes and different things too, all the way from Lakeland, Florida to a lot of different places that have that. But the highlight of Florida is the beach. Columbia is the big city amenities without the traffic or the chaos. And again, like I said, I go to Florida. Florida is to get to Disney World 6.5 hours tops. That's not that long a trip. I have taken 15-hour trips up to Vermont to Mount Killington to run Spartan races. 6.5 hours to Disney World? That's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Matter of fact, I've considered getting a year pass to Disney World 1 year so I can go anytime I want. Go during the drinking festivals. But if you're looking for that balance of everything, beach, lakes, slow down atmosphere, that southern living, college town, but not too far from pros in Atlanta and Charlotte, this is it. Real estate and growth trends. Florida's prices have exploded. Ours, look at my last video, they have slowed down and we can sustain it. Year over year, housing increases are more like 4, 5, 6% versus the 10 and 15% that we had in COVID. Competition, cash buyers, and insurance headaches. That's Florida. This is why people are moving everywhere here to Columbia. It's that lower cost of living, the less aggravation, less having to deal with as far as stuff like insurance and stuff. They're coming here from all over the nation because of that lower cost of living. It's why we're the number one state that people are moving to right now. And we have all kinds of programs, first-time buyers, relocators, investors. It's sustainable, so the market's good. Community and culture, we just went over all that. And Florida has a little more community, deeper roots, community ties in those big cities. It's faster living, tech industry. Columbia's a little more neighborly, smaller feel, easy to get connected through school sports. It's like Friday Night Lights here in Columbia. I'm honestly not sure what it's like in Florida when it comes to high school football and stuff. Texas is huge, but probably even more so than here in Columbia. In Florida, I'm sure they have their sense of a lot of that as well. You're still in the Southeast, so it's still college towns. Matter of fact, I went to a Tampa Bay pro game not too long ago, and the stadium didn't hold that many. I was thinking most college stadiums in the Southeastern Conference hold more than Tampa Bay Buccaneers do. I was confused by that. Let me know in the comments. Tell me if you think maybe it's a better feel. I had a great time at the game. I was just surprised that the stadium didn't hold more people. We've got different traditions, Orchestra, Riverbank Zoo, Gamecock football. That is community and culture here. Number 7, let's talk about the hidden fact. Florida insurance premiums can be up 100% to 300% in some counties. Columbia's inland, fewer natural disasters, commute times. One of the, where I was going to get into the traffic. One of the reasons that my guys one of the people that I'm moving up here, they're moving here for is their traffic just around Jacksonville is huge. I don't think it's near as bad here. Lexington's getting there on 378 highway number 1, but there's more ways to get around it than I can even tell you to get around that traffic, back subdivision type streets that you can get through in Lexington. But Columbia's average commute's about 25 minutes from any suburb around here. Florida Metro, any of these metro areas in Florida, you're talking about 45 minutes to an hour just to get to work. That's where some people move into here and they're like, my suburb's 45 minutes to an hour out. Every suburb just to get to downtown Columbia is minimum 30 minutes at max. Unless you're talking about Lugoff or Elgin, it may be a little bit more, 40 minutes. Most all your main suburbs are not that far from downtown Columbia. Now the X factor, why are most people moving? North Carolina, I get a lot of people moving from, even Northeast, but I've just had over the last 6 months, more people are calling me from Florida. And they're just getting tired of that congestion and stuff. What we've gone over, the cost, the insurance, the pace of life. People get there and they're like, oh, I wanted year round sunshine. Then they get there after 3 or 4 years and they're tired of year round sunshine. They want some seasons, but we offer a little bit of a milder season as far as the winter goes. Columbia's growth is fueled by work, affordability, and lifestyle. And we've got more people are doing tech jobs from home. I mean, you could have a satellite campus here in Columbia, yet your main office is there in Florida. So more people are learning that and they want to work out of their homes. You can live well here without breaking the bank. That's why people are coming. Lower cost of living, but they stay here for the lifestyle, as they always do. Florida may get the headlines, but South Carolina, especially right here in Columbia, is the smarter long-term play. And there's still just as much to do here, if not more, when it comes to outdoor stuff. Check my playlists out. Check my videos out. I'm going over every single suburb. I'm going over lifestyle here. I'm going everything that you can get. And one of the next videos I'm going to be going over is literally a luxury house on 2 acres, separate mother-in-law suite, pool, garage, huge man cave, however you want to do, mother-in-law suite, man cave. Subscribe to the channel. Text me anytime. I'll be glad to answer. Schedule a Zoom call. That's when I love to sit down and actually get to meet you. I'm Chad Dorman. As always, I'm your local realtor here in Columbia. I'm always available. I'm always honest. And I'm always here to help you find a place right here, a home, not just a house.